Chair, as the CS has said, one of the 7 programs in the ministry, one is investment, development, and promotion. In that investment program, that is on page 5, we have 3 sub-programs: business environment, investment promotion, investment profiling and development, and general planning. I have 4 sagas which support the State Department in the implementation of these sub-programs. Our overarching strategic objective is to attract $10 billion annually, and we have 3 strategic objectives to achieve that. Chair, this year we have committed under our PC to do the following 8 areas, 8 activities, which are provided for on page 5. To go to your questions, Chair, on question 1, the issue of our actual recurrent expenditure for the quarter, Chair, we were allocated 8 billion, divided into 1.4 billion recurrent, that is on page 6, Chair, and development 6.5. Out of that, for development 6.5, we got 0. So there is no absorption at all. Out of the 1.4 billion, the first quarter we was up. Out of 1.4 billion recurrent, we were supposed to get 371 million for the first quarter, which we got 302 million. If you go to table 3, it demonstrates how the 302 million was used for compensation to employees, use of goods and services, transfer to sagas, and acquisition of non-financial assets. Question 2, Chair, honorable members, you wanted to know what are the first quarter development expenditure. There was no exchequer release, hence there was no expenditure, no absorption. Chair, on question 4, you wanted to know if there is any money spent in accordance with Article 223 of the Constitution. The State Department did not receive any budgetary allocation under this article, and we did not spend any. Question 5, which is the most important, Chair, for this committee, is which projects were affected by the supplementary estimate, that is page 18. Page 18. Page 18. The State Department was affected by 150 million was removed from the recurrent expenditure and 1.7 billion from its development expenditure. So you can see out of the 9 projects how they were affected, summing up to 1.7 billion. The most affected saga is Export Processing Zone Authority, which almost 90% of its development budget was cut. The 150 million recurrent, Honorable Chair, was not cut from the sagas, but it was cut from my State Department at the HQ. And out of that, Chair, Honorable members, 150 million was cut from the State Department, and I'm submitting, or I'm for 50% of it to be reinstated, because without that, the State Department will ground, and that is on page 22. I know the government is distressed and it is constrained, so out of 150 million, we're willing to forego the 75, but 75 to be reinstated because of those 5 issues. Chair, on foreign travel, this State Department has been given the responsibility to attract foreign investment. We cannot attract foreign investment if you just sit and wait for them to come. Our approach is to go out there and get them. So cutting the foreign travel budget will really affect us from achieving our targets and our activities. On domestic travel, Chair, Honorable Chair, we have committed under our PC to develop county competitive index, KIPE information, investment promotion strategy, and county regulatory toolkit. We are supposed to move around the whole country, all the 47 counties, to make sure we come up with those deliverables. Any cut on our domestic travel will affect us from achieving our obligation under the PC. On vehicles, we have only 2 cars, the State Department, one for the CS and one for the PS. The whole State Department is running based on hiring cars and borrowing. The Chair, Honorable Chair, the State Department has already procured 3 floors because it was a new State Department. We have only partitioned 1. Other staffs are just on the corridors. They need a place to call an office, and they also need furniture to sit and tools of trade to work. So out of my 150 million, these 5, I've considered them very priority, that without them, we cannot move. Chair, on the development expenditure, I don't have development expenditure. All development is on sagas, and the only saga which has been gravely affected is EPZ, on money which was allocated for flagship projects which the President announced. Development of the 6 extra processing zones authority. 6 extra processing zones. With respect to special economic zones, I wish to forego one of the budget cuts because of the emerging issues. On development of Dongokundu, we were allocated only 50 million. 10 million was deducted, we were left with 40 million. But it has emerged that this Dongokundu development will now be done by KPA, where our role will just be regulatory. So we are saying if this money can be reallocated to Naivasha, SEZ, where we are still developing. And at the Naivasha SEZ, we were 100 million was deducted. But the CEO of CESA is here. I don't know whether you concur. So on Dongokundu, we don't have a problem with the cut, but the remaining, if it can be relocated to Naivasha. With those, okay, the last but not least, Chair, we have carryovers. That is on page 25. Extra processing zone had committed 1.2 billion in the last financial year. Now it's a pending bill. And that money we did not receive, so we are asking if they can be reinstated. And Kenya Investment Authority had also committed 50 million on money which was budgeted last year, correct? And we are asking if that money can be reinstated. Yes, in my submission, we also have justification for additional expenditure, which we know it is not possible. So that one I do not intend to